is giving a rate of 3.5% to their saving account customers, 5 bank will add 0.25% additional and it will give 3.75% to the customers. The account will be of HDFC only, but it will be under the name of 5 bank. This is neo bank system. Remember, this is a new age banking system which has come up. Now look at it. Who earns maximum revenue in banking? Look at this. Retail banking earns 60%, approx 60, 62, whatever you can say, 60% roughly. Wholesale banking means corporate banking. It earns around 25%, around. Okay. So bottom line you can take it roughly. Retail banking will earn 60%, 60%. Corporate banking will earn 25%, and wealth management will earn approximately 15%. Okay. So this is the total this bifurcation of income in the banking system. Okay. So retail banking 60%, wholesale banking 25%, and wealth management 15%. Rough banking include deposits, credit cards, and mortgages. Okay. Deposits, credit cards, and mortgages. Mortgages means what? Loans. Deposits, credit cards, and loans. You can say this loans. Okay. So this is the basic job of retail banking. The segment is also known as personal banking. Also important point, personal banking, because we do a personalized service over here as it serves individuals. However, it is also targeted towards small commercial clients. Small commercial clients means what? Private limited, proprietor, partnership, even some public limited companies who are having the smaller turnover. But generally, these are the main customers under commercial: proprietor, partnership, and private limited. Okay. Revenue from retail banking is split into interest and non-interest. Now, interest and revenue means income. How does the retail bank earn income? Retail bank will earn income through two parts. One is loans, and second is third party, right? Loans means what? Interest on loans. So 70% of the revenue is from loans, and third party remaining 30%. So fees, commission, everything. What comes under third party? What are the products under third party? Type in the comment section, everyone. Those who are watching on YouTube, you also type what are the products of third party which you sell. Which products of third party are sold? Which products do you sell of third party? All you guys in the banking. You sell insurance, mutual fund, correct? Insurance, mutual fund, correct. What are others? Okay, I'll give you almost 3-4 names which we generally don't sell. See here, why don't we sell this gold bonds? Yeah, gold bonds are there. Some banks sell gold coins also, but nowadays it stopped. Why? Because there's a huge risk. Some banks sell other banks credit card also. Some banks sell other banks demat account also. Other banks. Okay. So anything can be sold. Whichever is revenue earner, that can be sold. Okay. Whichever is in the finance field, that can be sold. But why do we sell insurance only? Why only insurance? Insurance is sold because it is earning maximum revenue. You see, all of you have the target for insurance only. Why insurance? Because that is earning maximum revenue. The first income on the first premium is around 28%. Earlier it was 40%. Now it has been reduced to almost 28 to 30%. That's why all the banks are selling insurance. Okay. So it can be split into loans versus TPP, third party. Okay. Means interest and non-interest. TPP is non-interest, right? Interest and non-interest. Interest income should be the major earner. Our main job is loans. Our main job is not insurance, right? It is calculated by taking interest collected from loans and credit cards and subtracting the interest paid on the deposits. So this is known as my NII. What is my NII? NII means interest from loans minus interest from deposits. That is my NII, right? Non-interest income contributes around 30%. That's okay. Means 70 is here, then 30 will be here, right? Now, what is NII and NIM? Okay, this NII versus NIM, we are having a major chapter on this. Third chapter means tomorrow's lecture. Tomorrow, Sunday, there is a lecture. Remember, tomorrow is not a holiday. There is a lecture tomorrow also, 7 to 9 evening. Okay, evening 7 to 9. Kindly don't forget this. NIM is separate. NIM means NII divided by assets. This I'll be teaching you tomorrow. Don't take it today only. Otherwise, what happens? It becomes too heavy, right? Evolution of retail banking. Now, this evolution of retail banking means how it evolved. Majorly, I tell you in exam, they don't ask you these things nowadays. Evolution, history, nowadays very less they are asked. But just for information, remember, first bank was formed in 1774, Bank of Hindustan. Okay, this bank was formed in 1774, but this was mainly for corporates at that time. So the evolution of retail banking in India can be traced back to the time of entry of foreign banks. When foreign banks came in, that time retail banking actually started. First bank to come in was the Citibank and the Standard Chartered Bank. The conventional banking business was carried out on by public sector banks on a more generalized approach, and there wasn't any specific demarcation. Means what? Nationalized banks earlier, before nationalization in 1964, 1960s, na? Yeah. In 1960s, before nationalization, we used to take the deposits of this retail customers but give the loans to corporates. We didn't give loans to retailers. But after nationalization, we started everything. Okay? Customer and industry segment were adopted in the business plan of the banks. There was no attempt to offer products and services on the specific customer segments in a focused way. So that was the earlier part. Now that's why I said history is not asked to you that much. The entry of private sector banks in the early 90s created a new approach in retail banking. So new approach means in 1991 there was a Narsimham committee. 1991, remember this. Narsimham committee came in 1991. This committee gave the recommendation to RBI that kindly start private sector banks. And accordingly, private sector banks were started after this Narsimham committee report. Okay. So this entry of private sector banks created competition. These banks, when this HDFC, ICICI bank came in, the first day only they came up with the technology, online banking. Their first day was core banking software. The CBS which we use, CBS came in nationalized banks when? Roughly after 2004-5. Up to 2010, it was not yet fully implemented. Full implementation had happened after 2010, 11, 12 roughly. Okay? And these private sector banks, when they came in on the first day itself with the core banking, CBS. These banks had a clear mind in retail banking and aggressively strategized the creating new markets for the retail part. So they had very clear vision about the retail. Okay? Earlier, I'll tell you, even some of the private banks were in corporates, like Yes Bank was in mainly corporates, but now it has shifted. Now it has shifted to retail bank. Okay? So 1991 Narsimham committee was very important. Private sector banks are of two types, old private sector and new private sector. Old means what? Karur Vaishya Bank, Karnataka Bank. These are all formed before 1994. And new banks, HDFC, ICICI, IndusInd, all these are formed in 1994. After Narsimham Committee's recommendations. Prerequisites for success of retail banking. How can the retail banking succeed in Indian market? Presence of efficient delivery mechanism. Efficient means we must be able to deliver to the customer wherever that customer is requiring it. It won't happen now that the customer will come to the branch and then you will serve the customer. Nowadays, these days are gone. Customer will not come to the branch nowadays. So channel innovation is important. Channel innovation means you need to evolve new channels. You need to focus on new channels. What are the new channels? Internet banking, app banking, mobile banking, WhatsApp banking, every banking is involved. So these are the new channels, and we need to reach to the customer as fast as possible. Direct banking, the fastest growing and the dominant channel of the future. Okay, means all the alternate channels are used over here. Product appropriateness means what? The right product for the right customer. What do you mean by appropriateness? Appropriateness means if some customer is requiring the home loan, you must be available with the home loan. Some customer has come to you for home loan and you are trying to sell insurance to that customer, that is worthless. You need to focus on what the customer requirement is and decide the products accordingly. Okay, so products should be appropriate, they should be for the customer's requirement. Second is pricing. Pricing should be as per the market conditions. Means, for example, suppose if I give a loan rate of let's say 14% today, so no one will come to me as a bank. Okay, so pricing means whatever is going on in the market, the same should be used. Scoring models for assessing credit worthiness. Scoring models means nowadays we have the CIBIL score, right? What is the minimum CIBIL score? 300. What is the maximum CIBIL score? 900. What is the good CIBIL score? 700. Okay. So nowadays we have this CIBIL score. CIBIL score means scoring models. This will give the rating for the customers before giving the loans, right? Now we are shifting from CIBIL. Now CIBIL is getting shifted. Remember, CIBIL is getting shifted to account aggregator. How many of you have heard about account aggregator? It's not there in your present book. In this book, it's not given. But this question can come to you in exam because it is already existing nowadays. How many of you have heard or gone through account aggregator? Anyone? Have you heard about account aggregator? What is the difference between CIBIL and account aggregator? This is a new term which has come in banking. Remember, new term. What is this? See, here many new terms are coming in banking nowadays. Banking has changed. It's not the earlier banking. Okay, let me give you the idea about what is account aggregator. See, CIBIL. First, let me cover CIBIL. What does CIBIL cover? CIBIL covers what? Earlier loans. Remember this. Earlier loans. Means suppose if I have taken loans earlier and repaid properly without any default. So I'll be a good customer. My score will be around 750. 750 and above. Okay, means if I have taken loans and given this. So CIBIL is basically checking it on the basis of the loans only. Now there can be many persons in this world who have not taken the loan at all. There can be many. So they have not taken the loan at all. So how will this, you will check the quality of those persons. For them, account aggregator has come. What is account aggregator? Account aggregator means it gets the details of the customer from loans, earlier loans. Okay, earlier loan repayment you can call. Earlier loans plus other things. Now look at the other things. Not only loans. Some customer might not have taken the loans. So his investments in mutual funds, etc. All the investments. Okay. Then spending habits means how much does that person spend on the credit card, on the mall, shopping malls, everything. Okay. Spending. Then utility bills on time. Whether this customer is paying utility bills means what? The electricity bill, the water bill, whether that customer is paying on time or not. Utility bills. So basically what is it doing? Look at this. Plus there can be many others. Whether that customer is having a demat account, all these things will be checked. Means what are we checking over here? In CIBIL we are checking only loans. Here we are checking 360 degree. Complete 360 degree means here investment, spending, utility bills, earlier loans, everything we are checking. So account aggregator is far better than CIBIL. Now it's in the introduction stage. All the banks have gone for the introduction stage right now. But in I think so next 1 or 2 years, account aggregator will catch up with CIBIL, and CIBIL will be no more after this. Okay, everything will be account aggregator. Yeah, yeah. That is the point. No secrecy. That's right. You are right in this case. There won't be any secrecy. Whatever you spend, you means how much you spend on the malls, how much you spend on the. But here, it's not that. It means that your data will be with those account aggregator companies. There are separate companies for this. Huh? These companies will keep the data. Record keepers, we call it. They'll keep this record keeping. Okay? But they won't be sharing it with anyone. Remember, many of you might be finding it that you will be thinking that your data will be shared with anyone. No, they won't share it. Because there's an agreement between government of India and these guys. So if they breach this agreement, they are gone. Okay? Challenges in retail banking. What are the challenges? Consumer protection and pricing. Means basically this is a major part now. You look at it in your bank also. Those who are in the banking since last almost 15 years or 10 years at least. Those who are in the banking since last 10 years. Check the quality and the knowledge level of the customer, which was 10 years back and today. Check such a difference. Earlier, customer used to consider you as bosses. He used to treat you, sir, do this, please do this. Today, today things are different. Customer has more knowledge about our bank than us. Customer has more knowledge about our banks and the products and the RBI norms than us. Right? Why? Because more informative customer. Google, everywhere Google is available. So consumer protection has become a major role now, right? Inadequacy of MIS. MIS means what? Management Information System. What is MIS? Management Information System. What do you mean by this? It means that whatever happens in your branch, in your bank, it should be immediately reported to the head office. It should be immediately spread across various departments so that is MIS. It helps the bank in spreading the information faster within the banking system, within the bank. Understanding the KYC AML issues, very important issue nowadays, right? KYC AML means nowadays deposits have become a tougher this department now, deposit department. Why? Because many terrorists have come in. Everyone tries to use bank for hawala transactions, right? So this FEMA rules, everything has come into the problem now, right? So understanding the KYC AML issues, managing the risk, okay? Risk in the sense of loans and deposits both. Effects of disruptive new technologies. Disruptive means what? Those who are changing the entire banking. Disruptive. What are the new technologies? Disruptive new technologies here. I'll give you a few examples. You give me first. Give me two important technologies which have come up in banking now, which are changing the entire banking face now. Entire banking is changed. Which are the new two technologies which have changed the banking entirely? Yes? AI. Very good. AI. Right? AI. Artificial intelligence. One is AI. Second is blockchain. Very important one. Blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is yet to be implemented in the banks. Some banks have implemented. Yeah. YONO is the app. YONO is your app. Okay. But blockchain technology is a new technology which will change the entire banking scenario. AI and blockchain, these are the future of banking. Remember, future of banking. So that's why you all guys as a bankers need to be well versed with what is happening in the banking. That's why you are here in JIB and CIB exams, right? JIB and CIB exams, once you clear it, I'll tell you, you will have a great position in the bank. Any bank, the one who is CIB classified has a bigger position in the bank. Always remember, people look at you from respect. So once you complete your JIB, don't stop. Immediately go for CIB. Immediately. People look at you from respect, with respect. Okay. And in the coming age with AI and blockchain, banks will be needing the knowledge bankers. Bank needs the knowledge banker. They don't need the just coming there, sitting, stamping, and going home. Okay. Continuing growth. Continuing growth means today basic problem is the competition. All the banks are there to scratch the business from others or get the business from others, right? Generally, what do you do now? You check yourself only. All the customers are having the accounts, whatever accounts they want. They are not ready to shift, and we have to grow the new business. So we have to come up with newer technologies, newer ways of reaching to the customers, right? Future. Rise of young Indian professionals, very important ones, right? These new professionals are having higher salaries and they are becoming the HNI clients of our banks, right? Growth as an economic superpower. Bharat means India, Bharat is purchasing power of the middle class people. Purchasing power of the middle class. Okay. How is the middle class purchasing power increase? This has see here, UPI has a major role, major role in changing the economy of the world, of our country. Okay, because of UPI, what has happened? Many of the customers, like we nowadays we drink tea on the roadside, right? Tea, that samosa wala, all those guys, right? Earlier, what we used to do, we used to pay them 10 rupees, 15 rupees by cash, and that cash was nowhere reflected in the economy. That chai wala or the samosa wala never used to deposit it in the bank, right? So that's why it was not seeing the banking face. This money was only lying in the pockets. Because of UPI, what has happened? The money directly goes into the banking, so it comes into the economy. See here, anything which comes in the banking is there in the economy. That will help the economy. Anything which is not there in the banking will not help the economy. That's why banking is an important part. Okay. Financial market reforms. Reforms mean changes in the financial market. This UPI system only. Okay. So this is the future. What are the various business approaches? Business, now look at this. There are two things. One is business model, second is approach. Okay. I'll write it over here. No, never get confused between them. See this. One is model, and second is approach. Okay. So if approach is asked, focus on approach. If model is asked, focus on model. So here we'll be focusing on approach now. The business models or approaches, we'll call it approaches for retail banking, show interesting revelations across the types of the banks. These models adopted by the banks vary among the public sector, private sector, and foreign banks. So, what are these approaches? The main approaches are SBU approach, strategic business unit approach, departmental approach, okay, then integrated approach, integrated. So, all these three models or these approaches are used in the banking today. All the banks are defined in these three models only, these three approaches only. Okay. So what is each one? Let's see. SBU. What is SBU? Strategic business unit. What do you mean by a strategic business unit? SBU means here, it's very simple. I'll give you an example. Suppose if this is my bank, okay, branch, not bank actually. If this is my branch, okay, branch. And many a times what happens, we have the branch of ours is generally deposit branch or loss making branch. Deposit means we only focus on deposits. We don't focus on loans. So many times we say ours is the deposit branch. So whenever I say it's a deposit branch or it doesn't give loans. So where will the money, suppose if I need some money, from where will I get it? Head office will help me, HO. HO will help the branch in case of emergency. So this is known as a departmental approach. Under SBO approach, what happens? This help is not received from HO. Branch has to generate its own income. Okay? So that is the SBO approach. So coming back to this point, SBO can be defined as a profit center which focus on the product offering and a market segment. An SBO can be a business unit of a large corporation or it can be a business in itself. So basically, which defined as a profit center, it should be a profit center. Means the expenses of the branch should be done within the income received from that branch only. Okay, expenses of the branch should be curtailed and should be done from the income from that branch. Nobody else will help you. That is SBO. Okay, so SBO can be here. Even your departments can be SBO. In the branch itself, suppose if I am having clearing department, I can call it as an SBO. I am having a cash department, I can call it as an SBO. Means cash department should generate their own income by leads, anything, lead generation. A demarcation of SBO is more a management by objectives process wherein business model is dealt as a modular strategy for achieving targeted profits with a provision to knock down the module if the retail plans are not translated as per the objectives. What do you mean by this? Firstly, management by objectives. Okay. So this concept of management by objectives, this means you need to first decide on the objective. This year my profit should be 12%. This year my profit should be 12%. Now this is my objective. So once I decide on the objective, profits here, this year profit equals to, let's say, 15%. So this is my objective. So accordingly, I'll change all my departments and their targets. So that is known as management by objectives. The business model is dealt as a modular strategy. Modular means each department is considered separate. Say, account opening department separate, this clearing department separate. Each department is considered as module, individual unit within itself. That is SBO. Okay, for achieving the targeted profits. Okay, with the provision to knockdown model. Now, what is this knockdown? This knockdown is not applicable in our country today. Knockdown means what? In nationalized banks, we don't follow this knockdown model. Knockdown means what? If your retail banking is not working, close the branch. Close the branch without any second thought. That is known as knockdown. That is not followed in our nationalized bank. That is followed in foreign banks. Have you seen? How many of you know Citibank's retail banking business? Citibank's or Standard Chartered Bank's retail banking business, HSBC's retail banking business. Nothing is there. All have sold the retail banking. All have sold to Indian private banks or nationalized banks. Why? Because they have a knockdown module. Knockdown means they see no profit, okay, forget it, move out. But in our nationalized banks and even Indian private banks, they don't move out. We sustain to it. Okay, we carry on so that further we can definitely earn profits in the longer run. Okay, departmental approach. So departmental means, as I told you, clearing department, cash department, then account opening department. These are various departments. These are followed in our nationalized banks. Okay, or public sector banks. So this approach segregates the function of an organization into departments such as accounting, marketing, finance, etc. Okay, main is public sector banks generally follow this departmental approach. Got it? Clear? SBO, departmental. And third one is integrated. Integrated approach is followed in smaller banks. Smaller, remember, it is followed in smaller banks. It is not. It cannot be followed in our large banks. So only smaller businesses. It combines all socio-economic aspects and adopts a cohesive approach to tackle the business problems. Means what? See this. It means that in this approach, integrated approach, single employee does all the functions. Fund transfer, clearing, mutual fund selling, account opening, everything is done by the single person. Because why? Business is small. So that's why every person will have to do all the jobs. This is known as integrated approach. It is assumed that having a unified business could reduce the risk and increase profitability, right? If I'm having the same employee doing clearing, cash, transfer, everything, obviously my profit will increase through scale rather than having separate private entities in each bank, isn't it? Even now, I'm seeing this in your nationalized banks also, in your own banks. Okay, tell me everyone without giving the name of your bank. Don't give me the name of your bank. Just tell me in last 5 years, has there been a new recruitment in the bank? Last 5 years, have you seen the new recruitment in the banks, nationalized banks? Type in the comment section, everyone. Have you seen anyone new coming up? Isn't it? Aren't you seeing something different? Many things are changing in the banking now. That's why I'm saying here, many things are changing. That's why I'm saying for complete this JIB and CIB very fast. If you complete CIB, I'll tell you, bank will never be able to touch anyone. Means the person who has cleared CIB, bank will never touch that person. Okay, some banks have recruited few persons, but that also very few, almost nil, almost nil. Because banks are, why is this happening? Because banks are now moving towards the online approach, integrated approach. Even the big banks are moving towards this now. In your branch also, you might be seeing the same person is doing this clearing also, same person is doing fund transfer also, same person is account opening also, everything. Why? Because employees. Banks are moving towards technology now. Okay, of course there are negative points about it, but we can't help it, right? Let's solve some questions and then we'll carry on with the next topic. A loan amount will be based upon the market value of the property and could range from dash of the value of the property. Means loan amount 50 to 70, 60 to 90, 60 to 70, 80 to 90%. Here it's like this. As per the RBI norms, any loan which is less than 30 lakhs, you can give up to 85 to 90%. Any loan less than 30 lakhs. 30 to 75 lakhs, you can give the loan up to 85%. Up to 85. Okay, not beyond this. Any loan greater than 75 lakhs, you can't give the loan beyond 75%. Means if I bring you a property of 1 crore, you can give me maximum 75 lakhs. Beyond that, you can't give me. I have to bring the margin from my own pocket. Okay? From my own pocket. These are the norms given by RBI. Up to 30 lakhs, 90%. Maximum 90% you can give. 30 to 75 lakhs, maximum 85% you can give. 75 greater than 75 lakhs, you can give up to 75%. Okay? So this answer is depending on the value of the home housing. Okay? The maximum monthly payment under reverse mortgage can be, now this is a new term, reverse mortgage. I'll be taking it separately. But I've just taken this question right now so that I can check how many of you know something about this. I'll be definitely taking it in the later classes. Reverse mortgage is a separate topic. And in exam, sure question on reverse mortgage. Sure, be sure about it. Have you heard about reverse mortgage? How many of you have heard about reverse mortgage? Yeah, correct. Suvankar, very right. Some of the bankers have not heard about reverse mortgage. Okay, reverse mortgage is a different type of loan. Ulta loan we call it. Ulta loan. Okay, means here the customer is not required to repay the loan. No repayment. I'll take it later. So let's focus on the question. The question's answer is 50,000. A. Suvankar is right. Others also kindly answer. Those who are watching on YouTube, kindly answer you guys also. Okay. So 50,000 per month. It is here. These are the basic points. Above 60 years, no repayment. Selling the property means property will be sold and then we'll get the money. Okay. Next one. Now this was first part of the lecture. We are having up to 9 p.m. Okay. Now let's focus on the second part of the lecture. Hold on. Take a break of 2 minutes. Okay, and then we'll focus on the next question, next part. Next part today is retail versus corporate banking. Is what is the difference between retail and corporate banking? Retail versus corporate. Okay. Are you okay? See here, the speed which we are taking right now, some of you might be feeling that the speed is too fast, isn't it? Some of you might be feeling, sir, very fast, get a bit slow. But you tell me how many days are remaining for the exam? When is your exam? Just 10, 15 days next, right? 25 today, right? So even not even 15 days now. How many? 10, 12 days, right? So that's why we have to cover the complete portion. Okay, that's why I'm going a bit faster over here. And don't miss the classes. Never, never, never miss the class. Because here, tomorrow's lecture I'll be taking this chapter number 3, branch profitability. Very, very, very important chapter. Very important. You'll get many questions from this chapter because it is basically technical problem, technical chapter. All the numericals, complete numericals. So don't miss this. Okay. Similarly, others also. Okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely you can crack this. Okay. I'll be sharing you some important PDFs also. Okay. Today is the first class. Okay, I'll share it that also. Chalo. Those who are watching on YouTube, kindly you won't be getting it right now. So join the classes ASAP. See this, I'm sharing with you the master PDF. This is a handout given by my side, specifically from my side. Because you have joined the batch, that's why I'm giving you the handouts. Okay, hold on. This handout is a very important handout. Okay, master PDF. It contains all the important definitions, important one-liners, mainly definitions. And mind it, from this handout you'll get around theory part I'm talking, around 50% of the questions from this handout. See this, I'll give you now master PDF. This master PDF, everyone who has joined the batch now, download it right now. See this, I'm sharing it in the pin comment. Kindly check the pin comment. Okay, you can definitely clear it. Be sure about it. Okay, Manasa, you have asked me the question. You can definitely clear the JAIIB exam using only this revision batch. Only revision. Okay, but follow the instructions which I say. Don't miss any class. Any class. Okay. Follow the YouTube sessions also in the morning, which I am taking now. YouTube sessions I am taking it in the morning. Objective questions I am taking. Okay. So follow those also. Check out. See, subscribe to the channel Officers Adda 24/7. Subscribe to it. Click on that bell icon. You will get all the important questions. Not only me, various teachers are taking on various subjects. Very important questions are being taken. Okay. Chalo, let's begin the next topic, retail versus corporate banking. Retail versus corporate. Okay. What is the difference between this corporate and retail? Corporate means what? Very simple. See here, I'll give you a simple example in this retail versus corporate. Okay. Suppose if I'm having, let's say, 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh. 1 lakh rupees. Okay. Now let's divide it into two bankings. One is retail and second is corporate. Or we see here, the second name to corporate banking is, this is also called as wholesale banking. Wholesale. This is also the same name. Wholesale. So corporate and wholesale means one and the same. Okay. So if I'm having 1 lakh, in retail banking, what will I do? I divide it, give it to 10 customers. 10,000 into 10 customers. Okay, 10 customers. This much I'll be giving. Right? In retail. In corporate, what will I do? I'll give it to one customer. One customer. Complete 1 lakh rupees. Right? So what happens now? Look at the difference. Is there a chance here? Which chance is bigger of becoming NPA? Is 10 customers becoming NPA more likely or one customer becoming NPA more likely? Which customer has a bigger chance of becoming NPA? One customer or 10 customers? All the customers NPA. Can it happen like this? Right? Isn't it? So, 10 customers can never become NPA at the same time. One customer can become NPA. So, what are the chances? In corporate banking, there are more chances of NPA. In retail banking, there are less chances of NPA. Less. Why? Because one customer can become NPA, two can become NPA, but not all. So my money is saved over here. So that is the basic difference between retail and corporate. Now, once you understand this, then focus on the further parts. So what are the further parts? Look at this. Retail banking. Just focus on one. Corporate banking now. Small number of customers, right? Small numbers. In corporate banking, we have very less customers. Okay. I have worked in corporate banking. Okay. Those who don't know me, how many of you have attended my earlier lectures or classes? Or how has anyone is anyone from the older batches or some regular batches? Those who don't know me, just to give you the info of my side from my side. Okay. What have I done? Because many of you might be thinking, now I'm telling you about banking, but who am I? Many of you might not be knowing me at all, right? I worked in all the foreign banks. My job was means I've started my banking from a cooperative bank, Cosmos Cooperative Bank. Then I went to HDFC Bank. Then I went to Citibank, Citigroup, USA. Then I went for means I was in India only, Citibank, USA. Then I went in DBS, Development Bank of Singapore, India unit. Means I was worked and I worked in not only in retail banking. See here, my profile has been not only in retail banking. I have worked in retail banking for around 3 to 4 years. All these pressures which you see nowadays, na insurance pressure, mutual fund pressure, daily targets. I've gone through all these daily, and the pressure was so huge that it was too much for any bank. It's today also. It's too much for you guys, isn't it? I understand. Whenever you go to the branch, I know how you go to the branch, you guys. Whenever the manager calls the meeting, con call meeting, or what do we call nowadays? That is called as what huddle. Do you have that huddle system in your banks? Huddle, short meeting, nothing, just standing everyone, and branch manager will give you the targets. Today do this. Zoom meetings, correct? Teams meeting, any name can be given. These are all things, but the only point over here is what you have to achieve the target. That's it, right? So you might be getting those pressures now. This week I want one insurance policy at any cost. This week I want one KCC for agri branches, isn't it? You might be getting these pressures now. I've gone through all these pressures. Then I went in this private banking, corporate banking also. I worked in this corporate banking. Corporate means what? Bigger loans. Like this Reliance, Tata, all these companies. I worked with those guys. Then I worked with trade finance. Trade finance means all the international finance. LC, bank guarantee, import, export, money exchange, dollar exchange, booking the forward contracts, booking the future contracts, all these things. This I've worked for almost 6 to 7 years. Then I worked in some treasury part. Treasury also means luckily what has happened, I worked in all the departments. Almost all. At least in banking, all the departments, starting from retail to corporate to this third party insurance to this means actually handle the pressure of this. Okay. So that's why I know all these things have gone through my hands. Okay. When I was with these foreign banks, Citibank and this DBS, number of customers, do you know? Means I'll just give you one simple laughing example. Means you all will laugh at me. The total number of walk-ins in my branch, for 2 years. 2 years, number of walk-ins, those who walk in into the branch for that saving current cash deposit, hardly 8 to 9 walk-ins in 2 years. 2 years, 8 to 9 walk-ins. No customer used to enter my branch. But then you'll say, oh, very happy, lucky, no work. It wasn't that. I started my work from 9 a.m. in the morning, and even at 9 p.m. the work was not over because the corporate clients who were there, hardly 2 3 clients corporates, but those corporate clients give you so much of the work, so much that you feel retail banking is better. It's so much of the work. So I worked in all the departments. So that's why whatever I teach you is through my experience also. Yeah, I've gone through and I've been teaching this JIB, CIB since 2014. Students have gone through my hand. Okay. And various portion changes. I know what all questions can be asked. Chalo, move on. Enough of me. Now let's focus on the topic. Okay. So small number of customers in big corporate banking, narrow client base, large value transactions. Very important. Large value transactions. One customer will bring you the transaction of 1 crore. This transactions are also large number. Remember, it's not that corporate client will give you only one transaction. He gives you very large number of transactions. So all these things, and here it's exactly opposite. Large number of customers, huge client base, right? Small value transactions, and even the large number of transactions over here also. Volume is large over here, but value is small. Okay, so that is a basic difference, right? Remaining things are okay. Banking means same. It's taking the money from somebody, giving it to somebody. Retail banking is a visible face of the banking to the general public with bank branches located in abundance in major cities. Okay, so visible face means what? Suppose if I say I want to go to SBI, means I'll go to some branch of SBI. If I say I want to go to PNB, some branch of PNB. So retail banking means the face. People understand you from the branches. Retail banking. Corporate banking on the other hand works directly with the businesses to provide them loans, credit, savings account, all these things. Means various transactions are there. Corporate banking. Okay. Checking account. What is this checking accounts? This question will come to you in exam. Remember this. Checking accounts. Nowadays this term is growing very large. Checking accounts in banking. What are checking accounts? See, I'll give you simple logic of checking accounts. It might be given in your book. I don't think so. They have given it in your books. Checking account means what? It's a current account with zero balance. Zero balance. Okay, no balance is required. But there is no cash transaction. No cash. Even if you deposit a single cash transaction into that account, then that checking account ceases, means it doesn't exist as the checking account. Then it becomes a regular current account. Then you have to maintain that minimum MAB, monthly average balance. Okay, but if you are not doing any cash transactions, then it becomes a checking account. So in that case, what happens? No minimum balance. Okay, so that is the main point about checking accounts. Okay, which are specifically designed for companies rather than individuals. Okay, so these are basically for companies. Difference in customer base. Now this is common thing. Okay, the most common and the evident difference between the retail and corporate clients is the customer base. Retail banks have a large number of customer base, whereas corporates have smaller ones. So move on fast, isn't it? Transactions. This also we have discussed. Large volume and amount is less, means this ticket size is less. We call it ticket size. Ticket size is less in retail, whereas corporate volume is also high and ticket size is also high. Okay. Processing and operating center. Multiple branches are required for retails here. Retail we require many branches, large staff, all these things. Locations. How many branches are there in retail in our banks, right? Whereas how many corporate banks do you have? Corporate branches, very few, right? So multiple branches, locations, large staff is basically the quality of retail banking. Whereas on this corporate banking, limited services, few offices, right? As a result, low operating cost. So corporate banking will always have the lower cost. Okay, lower cost. They'll always have a lower cost. So somebody might say, why do we go for this retail then? We should go for this corporate only. But there's a problem in corporate banking. The problem is NPA. If one account of corporate banking becomes NPA, The whole bank suffers from around 10% loss or something 5% loss. Whereas in retail, if one account becomes NPA, nothing happens. Risk involved. This is what the point was. Risk involved. Retail banking less, right? Whereas in corporate banking, it's high. Okay. Always remember. Now, this is not for you right now, but when you come to CIB, I teach mainly for CIB. I teach all the difficult topics of CIB. If you go for CIB, if you see the CIB portion, you have ABM, BFM, ABFM. These are the subjects. So ABM BFM is considered as the toughest subject. So I teach that ABM and BFM. Totally treasury, totally forex, totally trade finance. Complete these topics are only that and corporate finance. So if you look at it, why did I come to that topic? Because this retail banking risk is less. Means what? Under the RBI norms, retail banking risk is 12%, whereas corporate banking risk is around 18%. So that's why this is a heavy risky business, and that's why all the banks are focusing on retail banking now. Okay. Again, I would say suggest everyone download Adda 24/7 app. Those who are watching on YouTube, also those who are in the paid classes, download it right now. Okay. What are the various models? Okay. Now, one important point that we have come to. Just now, what did we discuss? Some almost 20 minutes back, 25 minutes back. Approaches. Three approaches I told you. What were those? That what SBU, departmental, and what was that? Integrated. Three approaches. I did tell you at that time that there are two things in this banking. One is model, second is approach. That time we studied approach. Now we'll be studying model. What is this model? Model means actually, understand the proper word. Model means delivery model. Delivery. How do you deliver it to the customers? That's delivery model. How do you deliver your products? How you reach to your customers? That's delivery model. Okay. Now what are the models? Now there are four models. Again remember, sure short question in your exam. Take it from me. Sure question in your exam. That approach also, model also. Sure questions. SBU approach question is there. Definite question is there regarding SBU approach. Departmental approach, sometimes they ask you. Integrated approach, they generally don't ask you because that is for smaller banks. SBU approach, sure question in that approach. And here, any question can be asked. Horizontally, there are, remember, four models. Very easy to understand. I'll give you simple, easy technique to remember. There are four models. One is horizontally organized. Look at this, everyone. One is horizontally organized. Second is vertically organized. Horizontally and vertically, right? Now look at the differences. Horizontally versus vertically. What is the difference? Horizontally means what? Everyone pay attention to whatever I'm saying. Horizontally organized means what? Here the data is shared department wise. Everyone pay attention. Very important point I'm telling you. Here the data is shared department wise. Means what? The home loan customers will be known to only home loan. Home loan customers' data will not be available to personal loan, to savings account, to current account. It won't be available. Only department wise or product wise, you can say. Product wise, that is also okay. No, somebody can call it department, somebody can call it product. So product wise, the data is shared. It is not shared across the board to all under horizontally organized. So here we call it the data sharing is 0%. See this. Common data sharing is 0% across all the products. 0%. No data is shared over here. Home loan data is not shared with personal loan. Personal loan is not shared with credit card, with saving account, current account. Neither of them share data with each other. That is very riskier model. In today's world, you can't work with this model. Even today, in many of the nationalized banks, this model is followed. Even today. Okay? And this is a gone model almost. So all the banks, even nationalized banks are shifting now from this. From horizontally organized, and the last one is very difficult one is vertically organized. Difficult means not difficult. very open one, open. So here if you see, complete data is shared. Means home loan customer can be called in by the personal loan, by the savings account, by the current account. Everyone will have the common data. So vertically means what? Common data, 100% data shared across all the products. All the products. Home loan, personal loan, credit card, saving, current, FD, everything. So what is the advantage? What is the advantage for this? The advantage for this is, remember, suppose if in home loan I am having 10 customers, personal loan I am having 10 customers. Okay. So if I am not sharing the data, I'll just call these 10 customers. But if I am sharing the data, then home loan will have 10 plus 10 plus 10, 30 customers. So I can call 30 customers for home loans. Similarly, for personal loans, I can call 30 customers. So, because after all, what is the logic? Look at this. Whenever any individual lives in a family, that person doesn't only require home loan. That person will require personal loan also, mutual fund also, saving also. Okay. You can watch the recorded sessions also. Okay. See here, those who are not able to attend the live classes, you can watch the recorded sessions. Not an issue. Okay. And on some day you can ask the doubts also if you have, but doubts won't be there because I clarify all these points. So you won't be having any doubts, whatever I'll give you. Okay. So coming back, it is after the class here. Once this class is over, na, you will get a recorded session of this class. Recorded session on the same app, same place. You'll get it. So you can watch it later also. Okay. So coming back, so look at this. Horizontally organized 0% data sharing among the various products. Vertically organized 100% data sharing. So if this is, see here, these two are the extreme ends. This is 0, this is 100. So what will be these two then? Predominantly horizontally means what? Predominantly vertically organized. It means what? These are all those guys. What do you know that? The song, Hindi song, थोड़ा सा प्यार हुआ है, थोड़ा सा बाकी है ना, थोड़ा सा बाकी. These are these guys, predominantly horizontally and vertically. थोड़ा सा प्यार हुआ है means what? थोड़ा सा data sharing हुआ है, थोड़ा है बाकी. So some part of the data is shared in predominantly horizontally organized. Okay. So in this, what happens? You can't outsource the job. In basically horizontally organized, you can never outsource the job. Vertically organized, you can completely outsource the job because the data is completely shared. So this is thoda sa pyar hua hai, means some part of the data is shared across the products. This is bahut pyar hua hai, right? 70% of the data is shared. Okay. So remember it this way. Got it? So Hindi songs are very important now in some of the lectures, right? This is 0% pyar. This is 100% pyar, right? This is thoda sa pyar. This is bahut sa pyar. Okay. So 0, thoda, bahut and 100%. That is basically the difference. Got it? So move on. So got it, everyone? Be sure about it that the exam question will be there on these 4 models: horizontally organized, vertically organized, predominantly horizontally and predominantly vertically. Majority of the data is shared in predominantly vertically. Okay, majority of the data. Assumptions about the customers in retail. This is theory. You can definitely go through it. The need for requirement of the customers for financial services is unique. Unique means what? Every customer will have a different requirement. Kindly note. Every customer will have a different requirement. Every customer, suppose if some customer has come for home loan, the requirement in home loan will be different. Customers can broadly be grouped together based on the need pyramids. What is this need pyramid? Maslow. Those who have done your MBAs, Maslow. Okay, I'll show you. This is need pyramid. See here, need pyramid begins with, there are 5 levels. These are the 5 levels. Remember this: physiological need, safety and security, love and belonging, or this is called as social. Social also, love and belonging or social. See this same. And self-esteem and self-actualization. So these are the 5 levels in your need analysis. Okay. Physiological needs means what's here? What does this mean actually? It means that majority of the persons in in our country or in the world, they are in this physiological needs, means daily earners, daily bread earners. Earn today, spend today. That's it. Above them, we are here. We are in the safety and social. We are in the zone number 2 and 3. Always remember, we are in zone number 2 and 3. What do? We earn daily and save it for some time. We have salaries. These guys have wages. We have salaries. Then it is social. Social means I save also and I have some status in the society. Something has come to me. A car has come to me. A bike has come to me. So this is love and social. Then afterwards, what happens? Self-esteem means here I become the general manager of the bank. See here, this is like here I join the bank, clerical level. Then I become the passing officer or the back end, safety and security. Then I become the branch manager. Here, love and belonging. So once I become the branch manager, I'll bring in that car. It can be any car, 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs car, right? I'll bring that car. Afterwards, what will I do? I'll become the regional manager, general manager, something after some years. Then I will say, sir, what is this 7 lakhs car? Yeah, I require some bigger car because I'm the general manager. Okay? So self-esteem. What is this 1 BHK flat I'm living in? I had brought it at this time. Social, safety. I'll say, now I'm general manager. Let's buy a bungalow. Okay? So this is self-esteem. And last one is the richest person. Like Birla, Ambani, Tata, all these. They don't care for any flat, bungalow, anything. Okay? So these are, for them, money is same. So these are basic 5 levels. So look at this: physiological need, safety, security, social, esteem, and self-actualization. Okay? Physiological means what? Daily earner. Core, look at the products. Core savings account means BCBS, or we call it what? Jandan accounts. Personal accident, low housing premium, low premium housing loans. Okay? Social security. Here we sell recurring FD, LIC, life insurance products. Okay? Tax planning to some extent. Then social needs. Here we sell consumer loans, personal loans, because this person is requiring something, some new car. So there will be saying this, selling this consumer, personal, everything. Retail gold coins, health policies for the family, right? Esteem needs. Special person mean now this is a rich person. So this person will be having one flat. Again, he'll be requiring a second home. Home improvement loan, right? These loans are required. Actualization means generally this is a retired person, means rich person earned everything. Pensioner loans, retirement solutions, senior citizen schemes, these are all sold to self-actualization. Okay? What are the requirements of the customers about the service quality? Tangibles, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, and empathy. What do you mean by this? Tangibles means if the customer comes to your branch tomorrow and sees all the dusty files, let's say that customer comes to your branch and sees all the dusty files, everyone is fighting with the in the branch, will that customer feel like working with you? Never. Okay? So tangibles means posh, cleanliness, reliability. The whatever you promise to that customer, you should be able to deliver. Responsiveness means whenever the customer asks you for something, that I'm facing this problem, you must be able to understand the problem. Assurance means whatever you tell that customer, the customer should be assured that you will be doing that job. And empathy means understanding the customer. And these are also the exam questions. The exam question is simply these words. Retail customer requirements are about the service quality are what? Which are the words? Tangible, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, and empathy. Okay? Retail customers requirements from the bank. So right product mix. Product mix means what? All the different products should be given to the customer. Starting from loan to deposits to third party. Everything should be given. Channel mix. Channel means what? Physical and e-channels. Both the things. Physical channel means what? Branch. Right? And e-channels means all are alternate channels. Internet banking, then app and all these things. Okay? Structured process time across the products and adherence to the time prescriptions. So structured product time means TAT, turnaround time. Nowadays, this TAT word is very famous. In every bank, they focus on TAT. What is your TAT? What is your TAT? Turnaround time, right? Means how fast can you deliver it to the customers? Okay. Delivery of promises with regards to products and services. Whatever you promise, you must be able to deliver it. Satisfactory service experience, isn't it? Satisfactory means the customers, if they are happy, then only they will bring in the new customers. Otherwise, if they are unhappy, they will tell 1,000 customers, don't go to that bank. Worst. They don't help you at all. So this is a requirement. What is branding? Branding means what different bankers make the different products in different names, though they have common features. What do you mean by this? Common features. Different products means here saving account is saving account. You go in SBI, you go in PNB, you go in Bank of Baroda, you go in HDFC Bank, you go in Kotak Bank, you go in any bank. We call it savings account. But then why does Kotak promote it as that 999 account? Have you heard that, seen that ad now? That hero used to come, that Deepika Padukone's husband, right? I don't know the name here. So, Kotak 999 account, that was a savings account. And they used to promote it as a brand. Even SBI, what does SBI do? SBI is doing that Yono. Have you heard that song, everyone? ये योनो क्या है ये योनो right? I've seen this in the training programs of SBI. These songs, have you heard? How many of you are from SBI? Means you might have heard those names, those songs when the yono came at that time. ये योनो क्या है? Even today on Google, you type it on Google and type this ये योनो क्या है, you'll get that song. Okay? So this is branding. Branding means what? Creating a unique picture of yours in the minds of the customers. Because of this song, Yono song, I'll tell you what has happened. Even today I say Yono, people will understand that this we are talking of SBI. Okay? So this is basic, the branding. The idea is to make the customer identify the bank with a particular name of the product, isn't it? This initiative of the banks can create recall for the products in the terms of branding. Recall means people must be able to recall it. Branding is of two types, product branding and corporate branding. Product means you are branding on that specific product. Like this Yono. Yono was a specific product which the SBI advertised. Similarly, others also. Means other banks are also having their own products. It can be savings, it can be current, it can be anything, but that is product branding. Corporate means only complete company's branding. SBI, PNB, the brand image created to recall about the bank itself. Okay, so remember, what are the two types of brandings? This question comes in exam, product and corporate. Approaches to retail banking, this we have already covered. So move on. This covered. Yeah, this question. Old generation business models means that horizontal, vertical, all these things. Okay, some new points to this. Old generation private sector bank. The positioning platform is based on the overall business plan and in line with their size and scale. In old generation private banks means what? Karur Vaishya Bank, Karnataka Bank. Okay. Those banks which were formed before 1991, overall business plan and size. New generation private banks, top slot. This question, remember, question number this second and this third. New generation private and foreign banks. Be sure about it. One of the question will be there in exam. New generation private banks, top slot. These banks want to be in the top slot of anything. What do they do? They do credit cards, top slot. They do personal loans, top slot. Foreign banks, they say no positioning, nothing. We are only focused on business. They don't go for positioning. So foreign banks do not go for any positioning, no brand, nothing. They only want business. If it's business, we are there. If it's no business, we are out. Remember these 2 points, and never forget these 2 points. Neobanks, already I've told you what are neobanks. Okay, so neobanks are these fintech firms that function like banks and operate digitally. They create a layer above. Okay, and they provide all the facilities with the AI, artificial intelligence. No conventional brick and mortar branches. See this, I've shown it over here. Neobanks. This is the traditional banking where there is no digital footprint. It's completely branch. This is completely branch. Digital banking means what? Some part of branch and some part of online. Some part of branch, some part of online, right? Neobank means what? No physical branch, only online. 100% mobile startups. All these are mobile startups. Okay? So we'll stop over here today. Okay? Hope so you have enjoyed it. Got it, everyone? See here, don't forget to give the ratings at the end. And those who have joined on YouTube, kindly join the batches ASAP. I'll show you how to join it. Okay, let me show you. Just I'll show you, and never forget to give the ratings at the end. Those who have joined on YouTube also, and those who are on this, those who have joined in the paid classes. Okay, so don't forget to give the ratings at the end. Okay, so let me discuss this. See this one. Yeah. Yeah, how to share? Go to Adda 24/7. Okay, let me show you. Here it is. Yeah. Are you able to see this? Yeah. Go to Adda 24/7. Click on JIB and CIB. Click on JIB May 24. Okay. Now you'll see this Power Packed Revision batch. Join this English batch. This is the batch I'm talking of. English batch. Ebooks. See here, ebooks are available. Those who are in the paid class right now, everyone pay attention. You are getting these ebooks. Ebooks are having all the objective questions, important theory, everything is available now. Go through it. Don't miss it. Test series. You are having the test also. Practice test. You can go through it. Online live classes, doubt solving, counseling, experienced faculties, recorded sessions. And at what cost? Look at the cost. Click on this. Put the code Y432. Everyone, don't forget this code Y432. Y432. Click on apply. See this 79% off you are getting. 79. Plus, if you use the app, you will be getting 1% extra using that coin systems. So don't miss this opportunity. And those who have joined the paid class, kindly use your ebooks also for studying. Okay? Chalo, bye everyone. Let's meet again tomorrow, same time. Okay? Don't forget to give the ratings at the end. Okay? Chalo, bye.